Hey, Mom. Dad is saying something.
Harvey said this while staring at Jonathan's memorial portrait. Of course, the portrait remained still. Harvey's spiritual sense must have activated again. Harvey, stop it. Come play with Mom over here.
Okay. But Dad is really angry. He said, the one who pushed me onto the road was this person.
We couldn't believe the person Harvey pointed at. My name is Lauren. I'm a housewife in my 60s. Currently, I live on the top floor of a tower apartment with my husband. I love the view from this room while enjoying freshly brewed tea and sweets. The sunlight comes in well in the morning, and at night, we can see a beautiful night view. I never thought we could live like this. I'm really grateful to you.
At times like this, people usually hold a champagne glass and eat cheese while enjoying the night view, but for us, tea and sweets are just right. Ha ha ha.
We haven't always lived this dreamlike life. It was only recently that we could. My husband, now the president of a major company, had a tough journey to get there. We married in our 20s, but we both came from humble backgrounds. We had to earn our own living. My husband worked late every night, and I took a part-time job as an office cleaner between raising our son to make ends meet.
I'm sorry for the hardship. I'll make it easier for you one day. Let's hang in there.
It's okay. I'll support you. Let's do our best together. Even in such a life, we lived with consideration for each other. Our small luxury during those tough times was buying sweets occasionally and sharing them. 8 years ago, our hard work paid off. My husband, naturally talented in his work, was promoted to director. He then left the company to start his own business, fulfilling his dream of becoming a president. Though still busy, he now takes proper days off, and we spend time together. Our relationship remains good. Lately, my husband has talked about a successor. Considering his age, he hopes to pass the company to our only son in the future. One day, while I was washing dishes, my phone rang. Wiping my hands quickly, I answered and saw my son's name displayed. Hello?
Mom, it's been a while. How are you?
Thanks to you, I'm well. It's rare for you to call.
Actually, I have someone I want to marry. Can I bring her to meet you?
The little boy I once knew was now grown up, ready to start a family. It was good news, and I felt relieved. Congratulations. Of course, you can. I'm looking forward to it. The day my son brought his fiancée, I was nervous, unable to calm down. What should I wear? Does she drink coffee or tea? My husband laughed and tried to calm me down.
Calm down.
As I hurried with the preparations, the doorbell rang.
I'm home.
Soon, my son and his fiancée entered the house. Nice to meet you. I'm Mia. This is a small gift for you. Mia handed us a paper bag with famous confectionaries. Oh, thank you. Let's enjoy them together. This tea will go well with these sweets, I said, making tea while talking to myself. Mia seemed like a graceful woman, with an elegant way of speaking and manners. She worked for a major company and planned to continue working after marriage to share the burden.
Jonathan, she's a wonderful person.
Please, stop, Harry.
Dad, Mom. Next time, please meet Mia's family too.
Yes. Mia, please take care of him. we happily blessed their marriage, and they were full of joy. From there, things moved quickly with family meetings and the wedding. Mia had a family of 4, her parents and a sister. Just as Mia's elegant demeanor suggested, they were a well-established and respectable family, having run a business for years. Her sister was also a career woman. I'm so happy my sister found a great person. I want a happy family too, though work is my current boyfriend. Mia's family was easy to talk to, and I felt we would become good in-laws. Following her parents' wish to celebrate their eldest daughter's special day grandly, the wedding had 300 guests. Though it was costly, we wanted to celebrate our son just as much and agreed with their plan. Surrounded by many relatives and friends, Jonathan and Mia's faces were filled with joy. Thanks to you, I became a mother-in-law, and now I want to be a grandmother too.
Mom, we just got married. It's too soon for that.
Thinking about the grandchildren we might have someday, I was excited. 2 years later, Jonathan and Mia had a child, and they named him Harvey. He was our first grandchild and was very precious to us.
Harvey, it's Grandpa.
Harvey, it's your Auntie Natalie. Harvey was like an idol to everyone. His presence alone brightened up the surroundings. During summer vacations and New Year's, Jonathan and Mia often brought Harvey to visit Mia's family and us. Spending time with Harvey and playing with him became something I looked forward to. Harvey grew up in a warm and loving environment. However, when Harvey turned 3, he suddenly started saying,
What's wrong? Why are you leaving?
Harvey, there's no one there. Come back here. Harvey would walk to the empty balcony and talk to someone. I brought him back, puzzled by his actions. I asked Mia about it. Hey, does this happen often? You know, seeing things that aren't there? Yes, it's been happening more lately. I was worried and took him to the hospital, but the doctor said there's nothing wrong. I've heard that kids with strong spiritual sensitivity might act like this. We just have to keep an eye on him. Harvey was very dear to us, but his strange behavior made me uneasy. Little did I know that Harvey's mysterious ability would later lead to a certain incident. Some time later, one night,
Lauren, something terrible has happened.
He shook me awake in the middle of the night, and I groggily sat up. What is it? What's wrong at this hour?
Mia just called. Jonathan was in a car accident and is in critical condition.
What? I don't remember much after that. Somehow, I found myself at the hospital, rushing to Jonathan's room. But Jonathan had already passed away. Jonathan, don't leave Harvey and me. Please. My husband and I stood there in shock, unable to believe what was happening. Mia hugged Harvey and held Jonathan's hand, crying. After a while, the reality of the situation hit me, and an overwhelming sadness struck me. No way. Jonathan. Please open your eyes. Jonathan. I cried in my husband's arms until my tears dried up. He too cried out loud like I had never seen before. Since then, I couldn't do anything and stayed home all the time. Initially, everyone was in deep sorrow, unable to eat or sleep properly. But as sad as it is, time passed, and people around me gradually began to recover. However, my heart remained hollow. My husband tried to take me for walks, and Mia and Harvey visited to check on me, but I couldn't move forward. Time just passed, leaving me behind. And before I knew it, we had reached Jonathan's first death anniversary. Time flies so fast, doesn't it? It feels like just a moment ago, Jonathan was here, looking so happy. The memorial service concluded without any issues, and I, who had been staying indoors most of the time, got a chance to talk to Mia's parents and Natalie, whom I hadn't seen for a while.
It must have been really tough losing such a wonderful young man. But I'm sure he's watching over us from above.
Maybe so. He was such a bright child. If there's anything we can do, please don't hesitate to let us know. Thank you. But the one who's suffering the most is Mia. Mia looked at Jonathan's portrait. No, but the time Jonathan, Harvey, and I spent together was really wonderful. Jonathan was the kind of person who hugged Harvey and me every day. He really was a wonderful person, wasn't he? You're lucky to have been loved so much, sis. It might have been the first time since the wedding that everyone smiled so broadly. In the peaceful atmosphere, my heart started to feel a little lighter. Then, Harvey began to act strangely. He would stare intently at Jonathan's portrait, then look around restlessly.
Yeah.
Harvey was muttering something to himself. Harvey?
Hey, Mom. Dad is saying something.
Harvey said this while looking at the portrait. Of course, the portrait of Jonathan remained still. I thought it was just Harvey's sixth sense acting up again. Harvey, stop it. Why don't you come over here and play with Mommy?
Yeah, but Dad is really angry.
Angry? Jonathan is angry? Harvey, what is Dad angry about? Then, Harvey suddenly stood up and walked toward someone. In that moment, unbelievable words came out of his mouth.
He says it was this person who pushed him into the road.
We couldn't believe our eyes when we saw who Harvey was pointing at. What? It was Mia's younger sister, Natalie. Wait, stop joking around. Harvey, what are you saying? Come on, let's go play somewhere else.
No, I won't. Dad says I shouldn't go near Natalie. He says she's the one who did it.
Harvey spoke clearly and with a firm tone. The peaceful atmosphere was shattered, and everyone's eyes turned toward Natalie. Natalie, what is going on? Please stop. Harvey, you mustn't joke like that. Everyone, it's just a child's words, don't believe him, okay? I don't feel well, I'm leaving. Unable to bear the situation, Natalie hastily ran away. Natalie, wait. What is this about? Unable to understand what was happening, everyone there chased after Natalie. We spent hours looking for Natalie, but couldn't find her. We searched the nearby park, around her house, and called her phone multiple times, but there was no answer. By late afternoon, we saw a small crowd gathering by the riverbank. In the midst of the crowd was Natalie. Stop, please. Let go of me. As we approached, we saw several police officers surrounding Natalie. One of the officers noticed us and jogged over. Excuse me, that's my sister. What's going on? We're arresting Natalie on suspicion of murder. What exclamation question mark? Jonathan's death, which had been ruled a traffic accident, had always had some suspicious points, and the police had been investigating. The accident occurred late at night with few witnesses, but discrepancies in the driver's account and dashcam analysis raised questions. Under the surface, the police had been treating Jonathan's accident as a potential crime, and now, they had arrested Natalie as the suspect. The police had been monitoring her for a while. I didn't do it. Let me go. Struggling as she was taken away by the police, her parents could do nothing but watch. Watching Natalie being taken away right before our eyes felt surreal, like a bad dream. After Natalie's arrest, we were emotionally drained. Jonathan's death, Natalie's arrest, so much had happened in the past year. It was hard to believe that Natalie, our own family, was the perpetrator. During questioning, Natalie reportedly said, "When my sister first introduced me to Jonathan, I wanted him too. I kept telling him to date me instead of my sister, but he never paid any attention. So I wanted him gone." Her crime was driven by jealousy toward Mia. Knowing this fact left Mia utterly exhausted and mentally drained. She lost her husband to her own sister, who was now in police custody. Natalie continued to remain silent about any further details, and as time passed, we were left with no more answers. Despite the dark cloud over both families, we had to move forward. Eventually, people stopped talking about the incident. One day, while relaxing in the living room with my husband, he spoke up.
We're both nearing our 70s. I had hoped Jonathan would take over my position. But I think it's time to pass the CEO role to the next generation and for us to enjoy a more relaxed life together. What do you think?
You're still full of energy. But yes, we've been through a lot. Maybe a more leisurely life isn't a bad idea. My husband, who had always been strong, must have been deeply tired as well. We decided he would step down from the front lines and hand over the company to his successor. A year later, Harry, I will do my best from today.
Yes, Mia. Please take care of everything.
That's right. Mia had taken over the position of CEO. To mark this transition, my husband and I, along with Mia and Harvey, started living together. Lauren, thank you so much for taking care of Harvey. It's a huge help. It's fine. You'll be busy with the company now, right? We're happy to spend time with Harvey, so rely on us as much as you need. Thank you. With Jonathan's death and Natalie's arrest, Mia was plagued by guilt and always wanted to help us. When she heard about my husband's retirement, she volunteered to become CEO. Although there were objections from within the company, my husband's strong recommendation secured Mia's position. Mia worked tirelessly every day, while my husband and I took care of Harvey. It was like a second round of parenting for us.
Grandpa, Grandma, I have a sports day coming up, so you have to come and watch.
Oh, really? Then I'll make a lunchbox filled with all your favorite foods to cheer you on.
Yeah. Make sure to include the omelet. Also, I have a dance performance. Do you think I'll be able to dance well?
Those conversations were such happy moments. Mia, who had become CEO, worked hard, and my husband said,
I'm glad I entrusted the company to Mia. Now I can truly retire.
The company stabilized, and my husband was finally able to relax. However, this happiness didn't last long. Mia started coming home late every night, spending her weekends out, and we barely saw her. We told her we wished she would stay home more often, but Mia always refused. I'm sorry, I have a client meeting, so I'll be late. I have a business trip, so please take care of Harvey for 3 days. She left Harvey with us and never spent time with him. She often came home drunk. Mia, you're drinking too much. You need to be more careful. It's fine. I was entertaining clients. It's part of the job. She would slur her words, and my husband and I could only look at each other and sigh. One day, on a company holiday, Harvey's strange murmurs returned while we were relaxing in the living room.
Dad, don't be angry. Don't be mad at Mom.
Harvey said, pressing his ears and furrowing his brows in distress. Harvey? Are you hearing Jonathan's voice again?
Yeah. Dad is really angry. But I don't quite understand what he's saying.
Maybe he's upset about Mum coming home drunk every night? I joked.
No. It's not that. Dad is scary.
Harvey replied, fearfully. Jonathan was angry. I felt that something bad might be happening again. With that intuition, I called a detective agency, suspecting that something was wrong with Mia's recent behavior, and requested an investigation into her actions, trips, and dining locations. A week later, I received the investigation results. The findings were shocking. Mia wasn't doing her job as president, she was embezzling company funds for her affairs. She stayed at luxury hotels with men under the guise of business trips and charged everything to the company's card. She bought branded goods and spent exorbitant amounts at host clubs every night. She also sent company money to her parents, who lived lavishly with new houses and cars. Mia's parents, who were supposed to be running a business, had practically abandoned it since she became president. Harvey's murmurs had revealed the truth. I urgently summoned Mia. Today, I'm busy with meetings, so make it quick. I showed her the investigation results. What is the meaning of this? Oh, so I've been found out. Fine, I'll tell you everything. Mia acknowledged the facts with a creepy smile. I married Jonathan for the money. He was supposed to be the next president. But Jonathan was too laid back, showing no signs of becoming president anytime soon. So I figured I'd become president instead. Mia then revealed something even more unbelievable. I also instructed Natalie to do what she did. I didn't expect her to get caught, but she claimed responsibility to protect me. That's the truth. My anger reached its peak. What do you think of Jonathan? This is the lowest. Jonathan died because of you. You're the lowest. Flaunting your wealth and luxurious lifestyle. I grew up poor, so I deserve to enjoy this. My parents are happy too. I was infuriated by Mia's lack of guilt. Your family is so selfish. Killing Jonathan for your own gain. You're not human. We're all scarred by this. Being deceived is your fault.
You're worse than I imagined. Jonathan is pitiful. Mia, you're no longer family. You'll resign as president immediately. I'll inform the company later.
Get out now. I'll call the police. Never come back. Pay for your sins. Mia laughed maniacally as my husband and I handed her over to the police. Soon after, the police arrived and arrested Mia. Her parents were also arrested for accepting the company's money. Our family fell into Mia's trap, losing our son and the company's money. Harvey lost both his parents, witnessing his mother being taken away by the police. Seeing Harvey's pain, my husband and I vowed to protect him no matter what. Several years later, despite the misfortunes, Harvey grew up to be a kind and gentle child.
Grandpa, Grandma, let's take a photo over there.
Sure. How about under this cherry tree? Today was Harvey's middle school entrance ceremony. My husband and I officially became Harvey's guardians, and we now live peacefully as a family of 3. Harvey's strange murmurs ceased years ago. We look forward to a bright future with him. If anything happens, I hope he murmurs again, so we can ensure our happiness together. How did you like this story? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.